We're having a pretty good time out here tonight on the road into our property. And over here, look at this little beauty trail here. 2x2. 2x2. And it's heading down this way. And then right there, he leaps off that edge. Hops down there. Hops down there. I shouldn't say hop. And then onto the road. So here's our road, and it's pretty perfect tracking conditions right now. If you're thinking weasel, weasel family, you'd be in the right place. So he's down here. Oh look, there's deer tracks. There's deer tracks there and there and there and there and there. But so here's our little mustelid. So back here behind me in the snow, you can see there, that's a 2x2 lope. 2x2x2x2, except for right there, it looks like you can see the tracks spread apart a little bit on that hump, but that's 4 prints in there, front, hind, but it's in a 2x2 pattern, so 2x2x2. And then when it gets here, the snow isn't deep anymore. It switches, and then it switches into this is a group of 4. Right there, that's a group of 4 prints. There's a group of 4 prints. And there's a group of 4. So we'd call this a 3x4 lope. Because it actually, in this one, it looks like 3. It looks like 1 print, 2, 3. So we call that a 3x4 because it's actually 4 prints. There's just one of the prints is hidden underneath there. So looks like 3. But actually is 4. Sorry about that. I dropped my phone there. So it goes from a 2x2 in the deeper snow to a 3x4 in the shallow snow. Now this is pretty interesting because there's a deer track or a deer trail coming towards me. That's a front hind. So there's a deer heading back past me or in this direction. But if you look here too, see that? It's covered by a bit of snow. Canada lynx. So that's before the snowfall. Canada lynx walking down that way. Those are tractor tire marks, of course, from our tractor. And then we've got this guy here, and I said it's a mustelid, which means weasel family. So we're looking at pine marten here. A little bit bigger than a house cat as far as the tracks go. There he is. And he's heading down this way. So we're going to just scoot ahead. So again, we got deer tracks. There, do you see that? There's a lynx track right there. 1 toe, 2, 3, 4, heel pad. It's covered by some snow. And then there's a couple older deer prints. A little ways up the road, I found fisher tracks. Okay, cool. So here's our little pine marten ripping along. Now what's kind of cool is just up here, it gets busy again. And we have another marten, or the same one. I haven't figured that out yet. But look at this one. It's coming this way. Look, 2x2x2. Look at that big leap there. Almost. Wow, is that a slide? You think this guy was sliding? Whoa. Do pine martens slide like otters? Well, it is down a little hill there. So 2x2x2. And then here, look at this. It sure as heck. It's a pine marten sliding on its belly. It's having a good time. Look at that. So that's a little slide mark. It's about 4-5 fingers wide. Yeah, sure as heck. Oh, there's a snowshoe hare right there. Big snowshoe hare, a group of 4. But yeah, pine marten, awesome. He slid down there, and then he crossed here. So it's either the same one. The tracks look like they're at the same time, but 2 different trails. So here's a group of 4. And there's another group of 4. another group of 4, and you can see it heading off down the road. That's what caused me the excitement and got me to stop so I could come out and check these out. But then in looking, I discovered where this one is crossing. So this is the one that slid just back here, little slide marks. And then he's heading up. Can we see toes fairly well in there? Yeah, not too bad. And we're heading up. And as soon as it gets into the deep snow, it goes back to 2 by 2 by 2 by 2. And remember, when I say 2, it's actually 4 prints, but the pattern it leaves is 2, 2, 2, 2. Awesome. And then off it goes into the woods that way. Ooh, I'd like to follow that one. So we're going to head this way because I just want to point out something. If I can find one track all on its own. Well, okay, so here we've got 1 track, 2, 3, 4 tracks. So there is 4 tracks there. And these 2, yeah, it's pretty cool how it's overlapped like that. As I look down, you see that? Isn't that cool? So let's lay this book out here. What I have here is life size. Okay. And we can put this right close to the tracks. Okay. So in this book, this is to scale life size of your average adult Marten, right? So here's a hind print, and then we're looking at about the size here. And actually, I've got a tool for this. Right on. So I think I'll use that print. We'll go toe to toe like so. Okay. Toe to toe, outside toe to outside toe. If we stick them on there, very close, very close. See that? A little bit different, but there's movement in this toe. And then, yeah, let's try another one up here, because there's one up here that's a little cleaner. Oops. Let me get that out of the way. There. Cross the toe to toe. About like that. And then we transfer over and to the front foot. Again, it's close. It's definitely not going to be a fisher, because a fisher would be quite a bit larger. I'll just show you that here quick. I think I have one. Yeah, right there. Look at the difference. Here's a fisher. It's really not even close. Like, look at the... Well, I guess you could say it's close, but this is quite a bit bigger than what we're seeing in the tracks over here. And then we're back here to our little pine marten. Awesomenessity. And then here, you see it how it almost like, what am I trying to explain here? So there you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 prints. And here you can see how they almost merge to become a 2 by 2, at least in this one track group. So there's 2 prints right there and 2 prints right there. And they're squished so that they actually, you know, at a glance, you might think, oh, there's 1 print and there's 1 print, but it's 4. So it looks like that's kind of the basis behind a bit of a 2 by 2 pattern, but then it stretches back out again, and you can see clearly all 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, and it's, you know, oh, look, that, so that looks like 2, that looks like 3, so it's kind of switching around a bit. Now we're into that looks like 2 by 2. See how much variability there is in here? Oh, look what we're seeing here. Here's a bounding trail. Front, front, rear, rear, front, front, rear, rear, front, front. rear. Deer mouse, probably. Probably deer mouse. Anyways, I don't want to get too distracted. Oh, there's our lynx tracks again. Awesome. Moving along. This trail heads into the bush here right soon, and I'll just show you that, and then we'll call it done, at least for tonight. But here we go. Now he's weaseling off up into here. Nice spring right off the edge there. Isn't that cool? And then you see what happens as soon as we get to the deep snow again. It's 2 by 2 by 2. Yeah, and from a distance you could even look at that and go, oh look, a deer walked here. It's a diagonal walk. But it's not even close to a deer. It's a little guy. It's a little pine marten. And he's doing a 2 by 2 lope. There's more than one lynx here. There's 2 for sure, possibly 3. And they're smaller. But anyways, here's where they trundle up into the woods. Oh, yeah, back there too. Okay, yeah. Look at that. 1. So 1 set of tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4 up there. And then there's another one here. And here. There. So there's 2 here joining each other. And then they're starting to step in each other's track here. And then 1 by itself, individual, here. And then for a few moments they combine. So that's 3, 1, 2, 3, going all into one set of steps, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So for a while they share a trail and they step in each other's footprints. Cool. We've got some lynx here. And these are little guys, say? Isn't that cool? And now there's also snowshoe hare in here too. So this is a regular crossing place for snowshoe hare. But in any case, the lynx are on it. And these are fresher than the other ones that we were just looking at. There's snowshoe hare in there. Snowshoe hare there. And it took quite a bound from there. That's where the snowshoe hare hit. And the snowshoe hare hit there too. But look at this. Isn't this pretty? Look at this lynx track, eh? Oh, wow. Wow. And it's heading that way. And then look at, here's a little one. A little baby one. So that's probably mama, adult. And then little baby beside it. Oh man. Pretty sure that's it. That's what I'm seeing. Adult female. Or at least young female. And then little itty bitty. Oh boy. They do look like they're quite furry. And the reason I'm saying that is because I have to rule out that they're not mountain lions, because we have mountain lions here too. And there's overlap in the footprints in mountain lions and Canada lynx. But the mountain lion don't have as furry a paws, and they sink deeper in the snow, etc., etc. You know what this reminds me? As I just go through these these pretty little prints here. I just got to say this for those of you who are actually watching and holding on with me on these. Lately I've been putting out some of these little snippets of tracking videos, and I'm okay with being wrong. Even the best trackers are wrong. You know, it's just, tracking is challenging. But I'm trying to put these out kind of spur of the moment, because I'm hoping to generate excitement for the people who kind of follow us on our social media and stuff. I'm hoping to generate some excitement in you to see that tracking is indeed a heck of a lot of fun, and it doesn't cost anything, and you don't really need anything other than a few field guides, and away you go. But I guess I put my reputation at risk a bit when I just race out here, happen across these trails, and I start blurting out what I think it is, with definitely without definitive proof and measurements and being precise. I just kind of quickly race down the trails, and I'm hoping to generate excitement with you folks and get you interested so you can come tracking with me. But I don't think it's gonna bite me in the foot. I don't think so. It's just creating excitement and showing some of the possibilities. Anyways, back to here. So again, here's our Lynx. So again, just looking at the depth of where this guy's going, it's not sinking super deep. It sure looks like a furry footprint to me, not a clearly defined, clean toe pads. So leaning towards definitely Lynx. Definitely with a grain of possibly not, but at least tonight for the amount of time I'm going to put into it. So that would be the adult one marching down that way. And then here's the repeated snowshoe hare bounds. So it's hit here. The snowshoe hare has bounded and hit that spot a few times. So it's kind of a packed down spot. And then there's a gap. And then here again, the snowshoe hare is hit a few times in here. And then he bounds off and he goes right through that little... There's his little trail. That's the sound he probably made. Something like that. Probably not. I'm just joking around. And then over here is the little guy. That littler one. And it's neat because on the back here, the prints are tiny. Like tiny as far as these cats go. But then when it starts to get up here, all of a sudden it splays out. And that could be because it's melting a bit in the sun, or I'm not sure. But or just the hardness or the way it was trying to climb up this windrow here, it maybe splayed its toes out. And in any case, the toes look bigger here, or the footprints look bigger as this little one goes. And off they went into the darkness. Oh, I wish I could go, but it's getting late. Oh, hey, that reminds me, up here a little ways is some fisher tracks. So I'll show them in comparison to what the start of this little video had. Give me a minute. Just on the way to the fisher tracks, and I saw this. Look at this little trail. Look at this little guy racing around out here. Now, without getting down and measuring too closely and getting really intense on this and working it out and becoming definitive and finding proof as to what little creature this is, my guess, because of the trail pattern, is a trot. Okay, this is a trotting pattern, or maybe a fast walk, but to me it looks like a trot. So that likely puts it into the category of a vole. Not a mouse, but it's likely a vole. But look at that, he come in here and he snooped around in there. Oh, there's a turd. Hee. Look at that, there's a little turd. So I could measure that turd and compare it to pictures and measure the stride length of these guys and all that. I'm not doing that tonight. As I said, I'm creating excitement. Are you excited? I think you should be excited. If you stuck on this video this long, then you're probably excited too. Okay, so anyways. Okay, let's move on. Can you see that okay? Another 2x2 pattern. So there's two. There's two. There's two. There's two. And then there's 3 or 4 here. A little bit of a pause before it went down, but these are bigger than the pine marten that we were looking at before. And then when we start getting down here, we start seeing why. It's because this is a fisher, which is pretty cool. So that's considerably bigger, and I think possibly fresher. And then now it went. Here's a group of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is a 3, 1, 2, 3, visible, obvious tracks by 4 because it's a group of 4. So it's a 3x4 lope, and then a 3x4 lope, 3x4 lope, I'm guessing up there. And then we'll see it. But I just about guarantee you when it gets into the deep snow, it goes back to 2x2. Maybe I'll be wrong, but let's see here. And right here, let's pull out that book again. And let's have a quick look. I'll just get to the page that we want to be at. Fisher. Right there. Let's switch the book over to this side here. There we go. Side by side. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, see, look at that. So here's our fisher. Front and hind And right there. Awesome. So, I mean, we can figure out which print this is, whether it's the front or the hind, the right or the left. But I'm not going to do that in this video. This is creating excitement. But this is likely a front. That's likely a front underneath. And that's likely the hind left on top of the front left. And that is likely the hind right. I said I wasn't going to do that, didn't I? But I did anyways. So there's our fisher. So tonight, pine martens, fishers, lynx, voles, snowshoe hare, deer. Oh, if only person never had to go to sleep. You could stay up and do this all the time. There we go. Let's check and see if it turns to a 2x2. So here's our fisher. And he does a big leap up to there. Oh, big change of direction. And sure as heck, look at that. 2, 2, right back into the 2x2. Bump, a bump, a bump. That's a 2x2 lope. Each set of 2 is actually 4 prints. And off it goes. Oh, wouldn't it be fun to follow that right now? In the dark. And then right beside it, snowshoe hare tracks. Lots of snowshoe hare here. Anyways, thanks for watching if you hung in this long. Sorry about my ramblings and silliness, but please get excited about tracking and then come and hang out with us and we'll go tracking together. Oh, okay, now we got some yodi, we got coyote, and then we got, oh, is that lynx, those big ones there? Ooh, could that be a mountain lion? Oh, ooh, oh boy. It's, oh man. I'll never get to sleep tonight.